Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today I thought I'd kick us off here with the Great Maw in view, because we've uncovered that now on the map, and I didn't think to come and look at it. I'm sure someone might have mentioned it in the comments by now. I'm recording these as a batch, but, you know, I thought I'd point it out. This is the Great Maw. This is the god of the ogre kingdoms. The ogres worship this as a god. It's a forever hungry, horrible crater. It's a Warpstone crater. So the Warpstone Desert, all this damage, all this Warpstone kicking around. Yeah, this is where it landed. This is where it landed, and it birthed this thing. Pretty horrific. So whether it was, you know, it looked like this originally, is hard to say. It could simply be that the ogres thought it looked like, you know, a big mouth, and it was the fact that the crater looked like a big mouth that sort of gave rise to the belief that it was this hungry thing out for their blood, and yeah, just that sort of this being twisted by belief, and them being twisted by the mutation, and this new sort of well, a new deity essentially sort of gave them that twisted hunger. So it's all, you know, chicken and the egg, I suppose. But yeah, really freaky, right? So I love the details on the campaign map. It's really great to see the Great Maw. It's great to see them all. So Chan Dramu is still going to be hanging out here. These guys will probably come back in a turn or two. They are actually replenishing, but the next battle we have at Snake Gates is going to be just a laugh. It's going to be pathetically simple. And I don't know what... Oh, Yuran-Shu is actually chasing Lothar about. That's brilliant. Oh, our allies are good. I like our allies. Very nice. For some reason, Xiaomin is still way up here, which means we may need to deal with the City of Monkeys at some point, which is a bit frustrating, but we do need to get the Tower of a Share. I do want to get our monopoly going over here. Oh, also, I haven't pointed out the threaten button. Well, not quite threaten button. There is a threaten button. This is the warning button. This is the trespass warning button. If anyone's trespassing on your land, you can tell them to go away, and they have 2 turns to get out your territory. Also, they can just say no. They could just argue, it'll just say immediately they're ignoring you. But if they don't leave in 2 turns, you can actually declare war on them without everyone thinking that you're a treacherous lunatic, which is really great. I really love that. It's just such a good thing to add. Anyway, Garrison Lord not moved. I don't think she's going to, somehow. I don't think that's really her bag. So we have 200 in the bank. We're losing 31 per turn. I mean, if we just saw this, if this was like the first anyone saw of Warhammer 3, they'd think that the economy had been completely changed. Like, it's just everything, all the values are at 10% of what they used to be. Anyway, let's move on.
Alchemist of Shanyang.
Yes, Alchemist of Shanyang. What do you mean, Alchemist of Shanyang? We have an Alchemist of Shanyang. Hello. Hi. Hello there. We have, Kueyue Jur? Jur? Kueyue? Chi. Well, no, it'd be Chi, isn't it? Chi. Chiryue. Chiryue? Chiryue? Something like that. We might just call her Zoo. Let's just call her Zoo. So, settlement besieged. Lothar is attacking there. So, Yuran Fu will attack this, and we will help, which is nice. So that's good. We'll loiter here. I'm pretty sure these guys will go before these like random Warriors of Chaos faction. So I mean, hopefully, but I'm pretty sure because we're one of the playable factions, all of the minor factions belonging to us then go afterwards. I think. So that's what I'm assuming. So disciplinarian for Muji Chang, who's hanging out here. And, I don't know, I suppose I'd give him the Alchemist. So, Alchemists have Lord of Metal, which is nice. He does need a Spellcaster, so... yeah, there you go. You can increase mobility. Brilliant. So, Disciplinarian, good order. Should be at the heart of any regime, so they are getting a little bit upset. That is true. Also, I just realised I've been on this recruitment capacity thing for ages. I should change that. Income from trade faction-wide, is that worth doing? Yeah, we are getting £1,000 from trade. So an extra 5%. I mean, it's not much. Extra 50 quid. It's not that much. Maybe I'll leave it for now. Melee defense. I mean, extra research rate isn't terrible either. But again, 7% isn't going to make much difference when everything is only taking 4 turns, you know. So I'll do corruption and melee defense down, I think. And melee defense up, rather. Corruption down, melee defense up. Oh, I could just do Jade Dragon's Edict just to cheer everyone up. Yeah, I'll leave it. So, fool's errand. Ogres stalk the Ivory Road. Your soldiers swiftly dispatch them, but are startled to discover that one carries a live woman in a sack. The wild-eyed alchemist reveals she was captured while journeying to take samples from the Great Maw. Greatly amused, the ogres had made a pet of her. Oh, I love ogres. They're so silly. Also, this one here, with the Great Longmile Riders, we are at war with these guys, the Disinterlords. These guys are actually sending caravans. The rebels can send caravans, which I think is very cool. It's a very interesting thing that they've allowed that. God, look at all these little... So like all under the ground here is just warpstone. Then it got covered up by dirt. And now the dirt has dried out and is cracking. Is that what's happened here? Maybe. Or was there a mining effort? And they undermined and then the place collapsed into the mine. That could be the case. More spices. Lovely. Oh, that's just a chunk of meteorite. I think that came in later. Very cool. This is interesting. What is this? Is this a... I mean, this, to me, looks very Skaven-y, but what is this banner? What clan is that supposed to be? No idea. Interesting, though. Anyway. I should probably play, right? We are on a time limit. So we are getting attacked over here, which is a bit annoying, but I can just kill them all. So again, I did mention enemies' reluctance to actually attack you, and that I think is a problem here. Like, these guys should be essentially suicidal. They should just charge you straight away. That's the joy of having a sort of a settlement that is there just to be a defensive structure. Because the idea of suffering attrition when you're on the Great Bastion, to me it sounds ridiculous. Like, why would we be suffering attrition, really? We have fresh recruits and food and everything coming in constantly. It's not like they've surrounded us and are starving us out. We have an entire kingdom supplying us, so it just... I don't know. I feel like they should be more willing to actually attack, I think. But anyway. So we're going to auto-resolve, just to get rid of them. We did get the Armor of Fortune, which is pretty good, actually, and a bunch of money. That extra 3 grand is a godsend. That helps us out so much. Also, we got a bunch of experience. And, yeah, Armor of Fortune is very good. Very good stuff. And we're going to go with... you know what, I'm actually going to pardon the captives, because that's like another 2 turns of upkeep. So, Rogue Hunter, bandits, traitors, and outlaws are all cravens to the end, running in fear of the day that justice comes to claim their heads. I love this. This is cool. Achieve victory over rogue armies multiple times. That's really cool. That's new. That is new. I love that. So, killed a few of the enemies. Sure did. Armor of Fortune. Those who don the Armor of Fortune seem to have the favour of Renald, able to parry the lethal blow with a lucky deflection. So Renald is the god of luck and gambling and thieves and just general sort of... think of him like, if you guys have ever played Skyrim, he's like he would be what the Thieves Guild would worship, rather than something like the Dark Brotherhood, you know? He's about stealing, and like the poor worship him and stuff like that, but he's not a... he's not malicious in the same way. It's more, the sort of hero of the underclass. He's kind of a Robin Hood-style god, I suppose, but also god of gambling, luck, you know. Like, his people who worship him, his priests, not that they have any real churches anywhere, because, the streets are their church, basically. They have a bunch of different sort of abilities to sort of hedge their bets and to gain, like, sort of divine luck. So they're very good gamblers and things, and they're encouraged to do so. So long as they give some coin to Renald whenever they earn any. So, Bound Earthblood, which would be pretty good. Bound Windblast, also quite nice. A Fireball's pretty good. And Fast Protection is really good. Fast Protection is great, but it seems like, because these are bound spells, I think they're free. But it means we can't overcast them, and Fast Protection is brilliant if you can overcast it, because it gets an area of effect. So it's really nice just buffing the armor and melee defense of a big chunk of people. But I think if we're just going to have this for free, I think Earthblood might be nice. Just to get in some, just 4 heals for free every turn. Well, not every turn, every battle. I think could be really good. I think we'll do that. Fireball, I don't know when we'll get the opportunity to use fireballs much, because she's only been fighting in siege battles, you know? And yeah, Wind Blast, again, like, probably won't have a lot of cause to use that when we can just use Dragon's Breath that does the same job, you know? So yeah, I think that's the best call for her. But I do love that. I do love the fact that they can access, like, other winds of magic. Because of course they can. They can just naturally use magic. It's very cool. So I really want to get another army going, but we're going to need to get that discount first. We really are. So I'm going to rely on my teammate to come help us out here, I think. And if they don't, then we'll probably get attacked and have to fight them off with this army, you know, with our garrison, which I guess we'll have to just make the best of that situation. We can upgrade some buildings now. This is strange. I'm suddenly like, oh wait, we got buildings to build? Really? We just haven't had the money, so we just have a huge deficit of, like, growth and all sorts. I think we want to upgrade that village first, and I can't afford anything else really, can I? No, I can't. Oh my god. Just awful. Oh, so major settlements have yin and yang garrison buildings as well, but the other, any, like, minor settlement here, they just have the one garrison building that has harmony, I suppose. So what do we need? We're on yang, so we need some yin. So, yeah, we'll go with yin. Let's build that. We can actually afford that. And then next turn, we'll take over the Tower of Ash-Share, which I believe is this tower here, with the little Zeppelin flying around it. I hope we get like war barges. This to me feels like such a tease for that. What do they call it? Is it a war barge? That dwarfen one. You know, the dwarf barge. Like the big gun barge or whatever the heck it's called. But yeah, that's a real tease for that. Oh, also, maybe that's the Tower of Ash-Share, rather than this. They might both be the Tower of Ash-Share. Maybe it's a two-parter. Maybe it's the Twin Towers. I don't know. Not the Twin Towers, the Two Towers. I was thinking Lord of the Rings, but instead I thought 9/11. Big difference. Big difference. Not the place. Not the place, Janet, to be bringing that up. Anyway, building upgrade available. We can't. We aren't making any money.
Heed my words well. For Cathay to remain safe, you must die.
You must die. They wouldn't give me a peace treaty for a grand, but I want them dead, so... here we go. Lothar is attacking, and our allies are going to help us out. How cool is that? We're attacking him, though, and we're going to come in as reinforcements, maybe? Are we going to come in straight away? I'm not sure. I'm going to fight this just because I love the idea of our allies running in and murdering everybody. Alright, so... Oh, it's just so beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, it's this battle. We had this earlier when we were up here, and the enemy had reinforcements, had to go all the way around. Well, we have to go all the way around now, so I think basically we're just going to be watching our allies, smashing everything to bits. I also love the weather here. The fact that it's, yeah, the weather's a lot worse. I also love how visible they've made the stars. Just in, like, Cathay's skyboxes. I think it's a really nice touch. And the stars are moving. A little bit too fast, I think, but... like, they're moving real fast. But anyway, I really like it, because obviously the heavens are a big deal for Cathay. So making them so prominent, it just ties it all together. So, here are the enemies. Yeah, well, let's just enjoy this. Let's just zoom in, shall we? Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, Jade Warrior's about to get charged. Oh, they've been flanked. God, just stunning. Like, nighttime in this game. You can tell it's nighttime, but you can also see what the hell is going on. It's so good. Oh, wow, are these... wow, look at that. Is that... yeah, that looks cool. I really like the look of that. These are the, I'll say Exalted Heroes, not Exalted. What are they called? What the hell? Aspiring Champions. It's the Aspiring Champions, they're magic swords. They look really good. I really like the new effects on those. Oh, wow, and they're glowing eye holes as well. Wow. That's a new touch. That's amazing. That looks so good. Wow, who knew that Aspiring Champions would be getting a facelift? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Fighting amongst the bamboo. But yeah, nighttime battles now look great. I mean, that's been one of my major complaints with... oh, we're still not in yet. 8 more seconds. That's been one of my biggest complaints, I think, with Total War Warhammer 2. Is just... It looked terrible at night. I could never see what the hell was going on. But this is good. It looks like nighttime, but our eyes have adjusted to nighttime, you know? Because it's ridiculous that you're playing through the lens of someone who hasn't acclimatized to the time of day, you know? God, these Marauder horsemen back here are being a bit of a pain. And why are peasant archers in the thick of things here? And over here, what the hell are our allies doing? Are they trying to flee? I think they're trying to flee the Marauder horsemen. And, oh good, they can snipe and have stalk and unspottable. That's not going to help when they're in the middle of melee, you lunatics. Yeah, all of the crossbowmen are just charged straight into melee. Okay, the AI has gone a bit wrong. Our teammates are not doing great here. But hey, we got some peasants. This should be fun. Guess we need to get rid of these Chaos Warhounds first. You know what, I think we need to chase off these Marauder horsemen first, actually. God, there's quite a lot of them. But yeah, it's these horsemen. These horsemen have just pushed all of the archers into melee. That, I think, is going to win the enemies the battle, I think. Well, certainly against our allies. Although this looks pretty sturdy, I mean... although the aspiring champions haven't taken a dent yet. It's kind of hard to know. And the enemy is getting... our allies are getting a nice flank here. I gotta say, I do like the glowing outlines now when you hold spacebar. It makes it so much easier to see the split of allies and enemies. It is so much better now. Like, genuinely, it is so much better. Like in Warhammer 2, it would just have those little triangles underneath their feet. And that didn't really help much. Didn't really do anything. You know, when there's a big mess like this, you couldn't really see the little glyphs on the ground, so it's kind of impossible to tell. Alright, come on, guys. God, look at this. The lighting is great. I haven't seen a nighttime battle like this yet. You know, in a bunch of forests and things. I was expecting just to be pitch black, but like you can actually see what's going on. Especially just holding spacebar, you can immediately see. So like it's more, everything is more visible in many, many ways. And our allies are slowly walking in. Well, not our allies, us. You know, these are our allies. Yeah, I would like to get in here and start wind blasting these guys. It would do us a lot of good. Also, this is a bit of a pain. Yeah, this is a bit annoying. Alright, you guys need to keep moving. And, oh, we do not have the range. How are you lot doing? Those Marauder horsemen should get killed. They should rout at least. This is a bit of a problem, but they're not getting that many kills, I guess. Yeah, these crossbowmen really need to just get out of the fight and start utilising their crossbows. Here we go. Okay, that's not bad. And boom. Those are Chaos Warriors, so they do have a lot of armour. And we don't have a lot of armour piercing. We did do 1600 damage though in one spellcast, which is quite good. Alright guys, can we get through these enemies, please? Oh my god, they're just pinning us in place. Who knew fleeing units would do this? So, another difference between this game and Warhammer 2 is that there does seem to be a significant difference between sort of the mass of units, like just these few fleeing units. Even though they're trying to move that way and we're trying to move this way, the fact that we're literally just moving past each other, they get completely stuck. And yet somehow, at the same time, the AI seems less willing to accept that it has bumped into you at any point. So quite often, you end up in a position where the enemy will just sort of ignore you and continue running straight through you. You know what? I don't really want to hit the Chaos Warriors, but I think I do need to hit these guys. Alright, now let's get you up and around, okay? We're going to try and run into these guys. The cavalry. So how much damage have we done now? 2,900. So yeah, it's kind of weird. So they'll be less reluctant to just sit and fight you, and they'll try and push through you. But when you're just on the march, it's much harder to get through people, so it's really quite bizarre. They seem more keen to do something that is, by all accounts, a lot harder than it used to be. It's very weird. They manage it though. The AI does manage to just push through you even when you're trying to kill them. It's really weird. Yeah, it's just odd. It's very strange. Alright, we do actually have Celestial Dragon cross moments, so these yeah, these Chaos Marauders and Forsaken are just doomed. They're just super doomed. Those are just Chaos Marauders. Oh, those are all the Forsaken. They will chop through those peasant long spearmen quite easily, but but you know, what's a boy to do? Alright, come on guys. Oh my god, is that my crossbowman unit? Yeah, no wonder you're a bit confused. Okay, Jade Warriors can move up here. So how are we doing over this way? Yeah, we're doing okay. I really can't tell, honestly. I really can't tell. Our allies are being slaughtered, which is actually fine. I'm kind of cool with that, because this army of ours will be able to handle them. We will be able to handle them pretty easily. Okay, good. Ah, Chaos Warriors. Here they are. Here they are. So how are we doing with these Marauder Horsemen? Oh, terribly, actually. Alright, you get out of there. We've done pretty well with the Peasant Horsemen, though. 83 kills. So let's just try and back out of that fight. Alright, now try and get in there with the Jade Warriors. If we can get them busy. We can get... Oh, you know what? Going quite well. Like I say, if we can keep busy, then we can just shoot at them with our Celestial Dragon crossbowmen for big armor-piercing damage, which would be great. Right, you guys move further up that way, and you start shooting those Marauder Horsemen. Let's see if our cavalry can't escape. Okay, you know what? Our allies are doing quite well over here. It looks like they might hold out. Those aspiring champions are still going somehow, though. God, here's their lord. It looks great. Just the extra glowing on everything. And you know what? We can actually see the definition on his armor really well. Like, the shiny bits look shiny, but they look like metallic and shiny. They don't just look, I don't know, glossy, I suppose is the word. But yeah, just big upgrade generally to graphics. Like, it's the lighting that really does it. Just like reflective surfaces just seem more realistic, and you know, yeah, it really is just huge change to the lighting, and just at night as well. I know I keep going on about it, but I mean, I've put 3,000 hours into Warhammer 2, so when I see something from that game fixed, it really excites me, because I know I'm going to put in just as much time in this game. So to have, you know, better lighting, I can actually see the battle now. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Just that hours of frustration now alleviated. It's brilliant. Nailed it. So yeah, our allies really helping us out here, which I love. Our allies do seem more proactive in general. Just allies in general, like they seem to get more of a mission, which is really good, and you really get a sense of it, you know? I mean, this is great. Like, can you remember a single time in Warhammer 2 where your allies came to aid you? I mean, it's great. Although it does also help that this campaign just has, like, a bunch of infinitely spawning enemies that just sort of run around your territory. I mean, now we've plugged up that gap in the Great Bastion, but you know, we did just have a bunch of enemies just sort of waltzing in and parading around the place. And that certainly helps. That's not something you often happen, you know, to have to deal with later into a campaign, but still. Well, okay, not in Warhammer 2. In this one, yeah, we will have stuff roaming around our territory later in the campaign. Quite a bit. Foundation Stone for Zoo. Okay, so we can make it selfish or selfless. So, selfish means we get some money. A trader from the Ivory Road respectfully begs to barter with you. She has what she claims is the very first brick laid in the Great Bastion, stolen away early in its construction and only now unearthed. Truly, this is an object of ancient and sacred power. If we return it to the Bastion, we'll get Selfless Leader, which gives us +3 control, which is rather nice. Or we can get Selfish Leader, which just gives -3 leadership for herself. So, I mean, who cares? It's 3 leadership. Doesn't really matter that much. Once trust is broken, it cannot easily be won back. We get some money. Like, I'm not... I mean, +3 control is pretty cool. Let's do it. I feel like we should be in reverence to the Great Bastion, you know? Certainly this person. This is just an alchemist. Although, I guess the alchemist being in the Shadow Court? I don't know, do they think of... I mean, they must still revere the Celestial Dragon, right? The Celestial Dragon Emperor. So obviously these guys are more aligned with Jiao Ming, who was more of a mama's boy. So I don't know. Let's return it though. I feel like it's an important relic. Selfless leader, all for Cathay and Cathay for all. For the alliance, for the rebel alliance. Let's get an alliance, shall we? So factions with closely aligned goals may choose to form an alliance. Do one. Do an alliance. Oh, hello. What are you doing up there? See what I mean? They don't attack. They just besiege the place forever. Also, how pretty is this? This is the compass. This is that mechanic. What we do. This is it. It's in Wei Jin. That has this big floating temple thing. I mean, that's the city, but this is above the city. You see the two dragons up here? Yes, this is where the Celestial Dragon Emperor and the Moon Empress reside. It's very cool, isn't it? I like it. Very fun. So yeah, raise an additional army. We can't do more. We have so many armies, okay? Your attention is split on many fronts. that is true. And time is surely nigh to raise a second army. Seek to raise an additional force as soon as you can afford it. That'll be a while. Just saying.
I am no slave.
Tian Yuchi? Let's get him, shall we? So we do have a bit of damage here in the Storm Dragon's army, but that's okay. We can do it. I have faith in us. Okay, here we are. Oh my word, guys. Guys, I have never seen this map before. This one's brand new. I've never seen this one. Holy cow. I'm trying to see if I recognize any of it. But actually, I don't. I don't recognize this at all. Usually, usually with these maps, right? From the ones we've seen so far, it's usually just there's a simple map in the middle and then it expands outwards, right? More and more stuff around it. But this one, yeah, I've never seen. So there are actually more maps than I thought there were. Wow. And yeah, guys, I'm like 110 hours into this game already. And I've never seen this one. I've never seen it. Or have I? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I really don't think so. Like, I'm looking at it from all angles. I mean, is this... No, I just don't recognize the layout at all. This is brand new. That's so cool. I'm amazed I'm still getting surprised. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Terrain's great. Alright, so anyway, let's blow it to bits. But yeah, I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled. I'm still getting surprised. I really thought it was just there was a minor and a major settlement map. And, you know, they were modular and they would get more and more nonsense around it, and there you go. You know what, I think we'll go straight in the middle. They'll probably have some people up here. Like, this is a cool map as well. You know, trying to guard all these little areas, and you've got these amazing spots to just surround in. See, look, if you hold space, it actually shows where's dockable with your units. Not that docking quite works. Not that sort of docking. Get your mind out the gutter. So anyway, God, where do we go? I think I might want some guns over here. So let's spread out these guys as well. Alright, we're going to send the dragon crossbows. And you lot go over there, you lot go over here. Alright, I think that should be good. So I am going to be grouping them in sort of where they are. So ordering them by picking their group is going to help, but it will be able to get me from each flank. If you double tap the number for the group, you can just sort of get around. So that's something I'm probably going to end up doing a hell of a lot more in this game, purely because, well, you can attack on a billion different fronts.
My mind is ready.
Alright. You guys move in. And I feel like we should probably guard here. So we can shoot over this way, and if they try and flank, we will shoot them in the face. Okay, wind and fire. No earth or wind, though. No. A triviality. Alright, let's get a shot in. Then we'll move you forwards again. You really want to move them, like, bit by bit. Kind of like a side goal. Wow, okay, yeah, they're done. They are very done. And those are Jade Warriors with halberds. We'll probably give those a shot next. Probably shimmy to one side a bit though. So if these guys actually concentrate, you know, on us, they could break into here quite easily, I think. Okay, I can't seemingly move these properly. Ah, alright, there we go. Good. That wasn't easy. Yeah, this cavalry is going to be a big nuisance for our Iron Hail Gunners. They really are. Okay, now if we get up here, we'll be able to rain down Celestial Dragon crossbow fire into them as well from above. Which sounds good to me. Hang on, that's Celestial Dragon crossbowman too. Let's kill him. Let's kill him to bits. And, okay, not bad, not bad. We need to be a bit careful here though. You're still chasing them, which is great. Let's get some healing in there quickly. And then we'll use Transformation of the Dragon. Okay, keep moving. Alright, Celestial Dragon crossbowman. Get those Celestial Dragon guard. Perfect. Perfect. Right, now what? Wow, we can actually hit you guys, huh? That's surprising. Surprising they're still just loitering there. I'm a fan. You know what? Let's actually get in over here. Let's attack these peasant horsemen. I want them broken in a hurry, okay? Okay, that's not quite working. Okay, let's move here. Move out that way. You guys can block this entrance. And I am going to avoid docking, because I feel like that sometimes goes a bit wrong. Okay, let's go for those Celestial Dragon Guard now. Excellent. This is going great. Oh, hello. Hi. Hi there. Hi there, sailor. Yeah, so we'll get rid of those peasant long spearmen. I always want to say longbow. But that's not what they're called. So yeah, these guys do it okay. I do want to finish off the Celestial Dragon Guard as well. Start shooting those Jade Warrior crossbowmen as well. And yeah, I'll start moving this way too. Yep, they are slaughtered. They have been absolutely wrecked. Let's move these guys up. Excellent. And our Astromancer, I suppose, can do something, presumably. Oh, my bad. Yeah, you might want to move back. Start shooting up there. And let's go attack their lord. Sounds good to me. Alright, they're getting hurt. Oh. Okay, get out of there. Oh no. Oh no, our Celestial Fury. Let's use Curse the Midnight Wind. There we go. There we go, melee attack down. And now our Celestial Dragon Guard can cut them up. And it looks like their Jade Warrior crossbowmen have been dealt with. I'm going to use the Tormentor Sword just because I can. 9 seconds, then loitering there. It's not really going to do much, but you know, it's not going to do nothing. Alright, let's get over here. Okay, I'm going to use the alt drag tactic, okay? So you alt and then left click drag, hold control as well as alt, and it goes from moving it to rotating it, so you can choose their directional, you know, facing. And yeah, it's really good for bombing units that bomb, because like otherwise you try and right click to move there, but there's an enemy there, so you just shoot instead. And that won't help. How's that help anyone? It doesn't. That's how. Okay, you guys all had a great time, but it's about time that you came in here and helped murder everyone for us, okay? Thanks. So, bomb time. I love that sound. I'm pretty sure that's the same sound, at least mostly the same sound, as Ikit Claw's nuclear warhead. You know, his Warpstone bomb. I think that's basically the same sound. That like that sort of you know what it sounds a bit like? It sounds a bit like a cistern. You know, it sounds like the sort of that paddle in a cistern, in a toilet. That's what it sounds like. It's that like clunk. thing. Also a bit like for something that's basically the exact same thing, but a little less to do with toilets. It's those like, I think they might be Chinese, but they're possibly Japanese, or they're like an American knockoff of something that looks vaguely Japanese or something. You know those fountains that have the little paddles, that the paddles fill up with water, and then they drop and kind of go clunk, and then they go back up. You know, it's just those little paddles on like a counterweight that fill up with water. Those things. It sounds a bit like that too. But I'm assuming that's not what it is. I think it's just because, look at this place. This place kind of makes me think of those things, you know? So, decisive victory. Excellent. We absolutely crushed it. I've got to say, I really like that map. That map really felt like a sort of a pitched battle fighting through city streets. You know, it felt like a city, because it was quite sort of asymmetrical, and it just felt very organic, felt very, like, lived in. It didn't feel like it was a, you know, it didn't feel like it was the entire city had been designed at the same time. Because that's kind of the impression I get with a lot of the settlements. It doesn't feel like it was a bit of a city sort of built into the terrain and then more bits were built around it. They feel very symmetrical, and, like, you know, a lot of them feel very, like that was the design from the beginning, and that's not really how cities are built. So, you know. Let's occupy.
The defensive
Now we have another province now. We have the Warpstone Desert fully under our control. It's about time, and we do have quite a bit of money now. We do have quite a bit of money. So we can start making some upgrades. Do I want to get stockades, or do I want to start trying to get some cash? So, yin is where we're going, isn't it? Yin. Let's go yin. Let's do it. That one is yin. That's going to give us extra income from trade faction-wide as well, which is pretty cool. And yeah, let's upgrade those spices. And what can we do over here? Nangao, we are upgrading, which is good. So we are working through our problems, but my god, we had a lot of, yeah, we were being slowed down quite considerably. But anyway, assured assailant. Confidence can take you surprisingly far when assaulting the enemy. Sure can. Audacious. This one is irreverent, where others might show trepidation. Was personally involved in combat. She sure was. Extra charge bonus sounds nice though. And Chan Yuchi's down. Earthing rod. When planted in the ground, this obsidian rod becalms the arcane winds for the briefest moment, allowing the wizard to cast one of his more powerful enchantments unopposed. Puts down miscast chance by 100% for 36 seconds. It's pretty good. You only use it the one time, but yeah, it's kind of nice. Will I ever get around to using it? I don't know. Those that wear the Talisman of Endurance can tolerate wounds and pain and suffering far in excess of mortal norms.
Ready to defend.
And yes, we did get the 3, which means we got another 5 grand, which is what we just spent on everything. So that's good. Also, we can get our trade income up even higher. Like, I wonder if it is worth just sort of bolstering our trade income a lot. Just keep going with that, you know? How upset are you? So there is still quite a lot of Skaven corruption, just from local populace. So it is literally just Taitsu is still just natively causing corruption, which is kind of annoying, but that is on the way down. I could do the corruption melee defense one. I think I will, actually. I think we have to. Because we need to counteract that and get that as low as possible, because if we hover over control, you can see control does actually have a few different effects. Now, I love that it actually tells us what those effects are when you hover over it now. It didn't used to have those bottom, you know, modifiers down there. It would only tell you how control, well, public order, you know, prior to this game, unless you're playing Bretonnia, it only tells you what's it would only tell you what's modifying that, not what that actually modifies. If you understand my, you know, the difference there. But it didn't say campaign line of sight had changed, right? It doesn't say about growth, it doesn't say about control changing, it doesn't say about recruitment costs. So, you know, that's all useful stuff to know, because knowing that our growth is lower is an important thing. It does say down here as well. Nope, that's just from poison the fruit. Okay, so it's not actually telling us down here anymore. Oh, it does if you hover over control. So they've moved that to a more suitable place. And then they've got the province effects, which is just random stuff that your province happens to be modified by, which I quite like that they've done that. So you know what's associated with each of these things. It says what is being, you know, impacted. by what, which I like. I like how they split that up. Yeah, I hadn't actually noticed that they split that up quite like they have. Most stuff I just take for granted. It's like, I know how things work, and I don't look at how it actually conveys the information. But, yeah, it's definitely an improvement. It's a lot clearer now. Oh, we do have access to Jade Warrior crossbowmen now, though I think I want to get ones with shields if I start getting some. I kind of just want to just get rid of most of my army here, to be honest. Snake Gate has quite a good garrison, and we did fight, like, the equivalent of, like, kind of 2 full stacks, just with this army, which is mostly peasants, you know? Like, we didn't even have these guys helping. We didn't have a bunch of Jade Warriors and things. And this will soon grow bigger. We actually have the technology. We can rebuild it. I hate to do this because I want to get some more cash, but it's only 50 per turn. I really want to get Snake Gate built up because that's going to increase our garrison some more, which means that I can get rid of these guys, which should be really good, honestly. Or these guys, maybe? Who should I get rid of? Maybe a few of each. I'll just merge you lot. There we go. Done. So that's saving us a bit of extra cash, because I really need to get our income up, so I can actually start building. Although, it would have been quite good had I got rid of the terracotta graveyard first, but never mind. Oh, my bad. I'll send Miao Ying. Miao Ying doesn't actually have anything to do here, except maybe burn down the city of monkeys. I don't know. We got plans, guys. We got plans, clearly. So, you know what? I think what I'm going to do, because I went way over time on literally every other video of the series, I'm actually gonna end it in a second. I say in a second because I want to level up first. The Bastion stuff is good for leveling up all of our Bastion stuff for cheap, and we do need stuff on the cheap. So I think I might do that, although this is great too. You know what? We'll get that later. We'll get Reinforced Bastion, because we're probably going to be chilling for a bit. Okay, we're not going to be doing, like, a lot of crazy stuff. You know, that we'll need all these bonuses for. So it's okay. We'll just make sure that we can start building out infrastructure. So, Miao Ying, we'll have plenty to do, but you guys are going to have to wait a bit, I'm afraid to say, because this is going to be the last episode in, like, this allotment of you know, time allowances for the embargoes that are currently going on. So I can't carry on this till the next embargo, which is probably tomorrow, actually. I think it might even be tomorrow that the time goes up again. But I'm switching gears, and I'm going to be starting a different campaign tomorrow. The plan at the moment, I haven't recorded any of it, but the plan is actually to start a Kislev campaign. Possibly tomorrow. It could be a couple days, I don't know, but whatever. I've run out of time for this embargo. The next embargo, whenever that may be, will be Kislev for a while. And then a week later, it'll be the infinite, no restrictions embargoes. I'll be able to cover anything. Which means I will be doing at least 2 episodes a day as of that next week. So I'll be doing this and the Kislev campaign in tandem, okay? An episode of each. Every day, at least. I might be able to throw in something else as well, just because, you know, the way embargoes work, I have a lot of just dead time on my hands, where I'd normally be doing a couple episodes a day, but I can't. So I'm trying to just get a lot recorded, and I'll publish it when I'm allowed. You know, that's the plan right now. So yeah, so comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and be sure to come back to see how Miao Ying's doing in a week's time. And I hope you enjoy the Kislev campaign, if that is indeed what happens. You never know, you know, best laid plans of mice and men and all that. So anyway, guys, love you, you're great, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, have a good week, goodbye.